Welcome to LaQuita's Toolbox, where we deliver relevant content in the form of tools that empower entrepreneurs to elevate personally and professionally. Good is only good until greater is envisioned. You know there's another level in you. Here we discuss the tools to get you there. Lean in as LaQuita and her guests present you with strategies and insight for unlocking your full potential to realize your boldest dream. Welcome back to another amazing episode of LaQuita's Toolbox. I'm your host, LaQuita Monley, and it is just another amazing day today. And I'm super grateful and super excited to have in studio with me today Martin. And you guys are going to learn a lot more about Martin and what he does and how the tools that he's getting ready to unveil on the toolbox will definitely help you be able to grow personally and professionally. But before we bring Martin onto the stage, let me take a moment to thank our sponsors at Covenant Press. Covenant Press is a faith-based Christian apparel and accessory shop where we as believers are able to shop online for clothing and accessories that allow us to wear the message of the love of Jesus Christ. Go out to www.covenant-press.com. Again, that's www.covenant-press.com. Shop until you drop, but don't click off of those pop-ups too quickly because they contain codes when applied at checkout. You can use them to receive discounts and savings through your purchases at Covenant Press. Hello, Martin. How are you? Welcome to the Toolbox, sir.
LaQuita, so happy to see you again.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. This has been a long time coming.
It has been. But all good things come to those who wait, right?
Amen. That's it. Thank you so much for your grace. And look, guys, y'all know the drill. Get something to write with and something to write on, because you don't want to miss some of the tools and the strategies that Martin is going to share. And today's episode is going to be a little different. It's going to be more of Martin interviewing me instead of me interviewing Martin, but it's going to be fun. So y'all sit back and relax. And Martin, I'm going to do this in reverse. I'm going to hand the interview keys over to you, and I'm ready.
So cool. Well, I'm excited to be here with you, as I said, LaQuita. And yeah, I'm going to basically be interviewing you, but this is so that, which fits right in with the name of your podcast about your toolbox. What we're going to do is we're going to help LaQuita, you, build your toolbox. And by doing so, we're going to show other people how they can build their toolbox as well. So you and I have spoken before we got onto this call, talking about this program that I've put together, which helps entrepreneurs, specifically coaches, but all entrepreneurs. I can help them get to seven figures within 2 years, guaranteed. And people are like, what do you mean guaranteed? The way it works is I have this thing called a risk reversal strategy. And the strategy works out in a way so that I'm showing you how you can make money. And then as a result, it's a result-based coaching program. You pay me a little bit in the beginning, but then it doesn't start happening until you start to make money. And when you start to make money, we then turn around and say, okay, great. How much you're making? Great. Here's the next payment. Okay, great. When you make more, a lot more, then you pay me some more. And the whole time I'm going through certain things to help you get there. It's a partnership. That's why I call it a risk reversal strategy. You know, LaQuita, we talked about this. I've been in these programs, these coaching programs where they go, oh, it's done for you. It's done with you. And what I found is really what they were done to you programs. I've been burnt enough times to know when it was, and it's on me just as much as it's on them. Yeah. Because I should have been better at watching what I was jumping into.
Right. And that's fair. I mean, I think a lot of us, a large majority of us have done that, where we have, in our excitement and in our desire to grow and to push our brains or to set a good foundation and start, we go out and we look for the coaches, we look for the subject matter experts, where
we believe that we can get the knowledge and the wisdom that's needed. And whether it's a framework or a step-by-step program, whatever it is, that if we make those investments into ourselves via these programs, they'll help us get to where we need to be. And I'm not saying that don't do that. What I am saying is be more mindful, because there is no cookie cutter solution to anything.
Right.
And with your program, it's uniquely designed to fit the individual, the business, the brand. And that was the thing that I liked the most about it when you in the conversations that we've had.
Right. And now we're going to take it to the next level.
Right.
So yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. You talked about it. And I am one of those victims of the shiny object syndrome. Oh, I gotta have that. Oh, I gotta have that. And I jump in without really thinking it through. So I'm glad you brought that up. It doesn't mean that those programs don't work. Many of them do work, but you gotta go in with your eyes open.
Yes.
And when I was developing this program, I said, I want to make it in a way so that there's a partnership involved here, so that we give you the opportunity to move quickly without having to feel like, wait a minute, what happens next? I already know what could happen next for you. And it's not one of these where you go on your own and come back and will tell us how you're doing. And if you're not doing great, you're on your own. Nope. Nope. I promise two things when people get into my programs. There's two guarantees. One, there will be chaos. So get ready. And chaos is usually a good thing at the end of the day, because you learn from chaos. And number two, and this is really the important one, I don't give up on you, and if you don't give up on you.
Yeah.
And even when you do, get ready for me to be there saying, hello, let's get going. So let's jump into this. So one of the things, what we're going to do here for the audience to see, and I'm going to share my screen in a minute. What I've done is I've created programs in AI, in ChatGPT, which are proprietary programs. And each one of them, so it's not like someone can sign on to ChatGPT and find them on their own, okay? But each one of them helps to define the next step in a roadmap to help my clients get to the point where they're ready to go out there and test what they're doing. And we even show them how to test it in a way where they're not spending money.
Yeah.
And if they are, they're spending very little. But most of the times it's without spending any money. So the first thing what we're going to do is, one of the first step anybody's got to know is, who is their right fit client? Or is, the wording out there like people like to use is, who's your avatar?
Yeah.
Right? That's the buzzword people like. So I like right fit client. And then for me, there's a difference between a right fit client and a right fit audience. The right fit audience is, let's say, just as an example, healthcare workers, healthcare professionals, right? But to dial down, who's your right fit client? Maybe it's a chiropractor. He's a healthcare professional.
Yes, he is.
But getting deeper into it, he's a chiropractor, makes him a right fit client. And you can even get a little more specific. How about left-handed chiropractors? Of course, we're just joking here. So with you, what I'd like to do is start by asking you some questions, so I can put it into the AI and go there. So the first one is, help me define your ideal client.
All right. So my ideal client is she's a woman between the ages of 35 and 45. She
35 to 45. Yep.
She is also a military spouse, military or veteran spouse.
Okay. See, this is what I love. When you get specific like that, it helps all along. Military or veteran spouse. Yep.
And she has a current, I guess we call it side hustle, or she's wanting to become an entrepreneur.
To become an entrepreneur. and I'm curious, is it where they want the side hustle to become a business?
Yes.
Right? Because people think, if you treat a side hustle as a side hustle, it's a
It'll
hobby
pay
and you'll never make a lot of money.
Right. Right.
To become a bona fide business.
Mhm.
Okay. What else can we put in there? Are they, I know faith is very big for you. Is it a faith-based that you're looking for the women?
So yes, being a Christian is a bonus. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely a bonus. If the person is not a Christian, as long as they don't have a problem with my Christianity, I won't have a problem with them not being one.
Well, let's be all honest here. I have no problem with you being a Christian as long as you don't have any problem with me being Jewish.
We are fantastic.
We both love the same God, right? At the end of the day.
Right.
Fantastic. So, okay, fantastic. So I'm just going to put in bonus if they're Christian, that's faith-based.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else we want to put in there? Is that what do they have a specific towards their business, towards what type of business, or do we want to just leave it at that and let see what we come up with?
The more specific would probably be two things. The primary one is she's at a space where she's honing in on who she is. Like,
okay,
not all of the identity things. Like, I'm not talking about sexual identity or anything like that.
Yeah.
She's honing in on, okay, I've lived this life so far, and I've been a wife, I've been a mom, I've been these things, but now I want to know what makes me tick. And why am I here? And, how does this relate to my business?
Yeah, beyond being a wife and a mother.
Yeah, beyond being a wife and a mother, she's defining who she is as an individual.
Mother defining who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Who she is as an individual. Okay. And what's the second thing?
And the second thing is, that person is getting clarity in that area. And so now they're looking at their entrepreneurial journey as to, okay, what is the thing that I've been called to do in this life that I'm living?
Oh, fantastic. What's their calling?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So let me read back what we have here. See if we left anything out. Help me define LaQuita Monley's ideal client. Woman 35 to 45, military or veteran spouse, has current high side hustle or wants to become an entrepreneur, to become a bona fide business.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus if they're Christian, faith-based. She's at a space honing on who she is. I left out the S and she. So it says who he is. Beyond wife and mother, defining who she is as an individual. Looking at entrepreneurial journey of what's their calling.
Yes.
All right. Anything we left out there?
Nope, that's about it.
All right. So let's share the screen. Okay. Share screen. Now let me see. All right. Cool. It got exactly what I was looking for. So can you see that screen?
Yep. I have to
Great.
add it to the stage right there.
Beautiful. So now I'm going to hit enter. And let's see what it comes up with. Let's work together to define LaQuita Monley's ideal profile. We'll start by understanding the key aspects such as demographics, psychographics, needs, pain points of the ideal client. Right? So we gave it some of the demographics already. Okay? 35 to 45, married to a military or veteran spouse, current side hustle or aspiring entrepreneur, religion, Christian, faith-based, bonus but not mandatory. Location likely to be in the U.S., especially in areas with significant military presence. Makes sense, right?
Yep.
Psychographics, identity at a pivotal point in her life, seeking to define herself beyond the roles of wife and mother. Aspirations, eager to discover and pursue her calling, driven by a sense of purpose. values strong faith and spirituality, values integrity, service, and personal growth.
Mhm.
Interested in entrepreneurship, personal development, and faith-based community activities. How's everything so far?
Sounds good.
All right. Challenges: balancing family responsibilities with personal ambitions, overcoming the uncertainty of transitioning from a side hustle to a full-fledged business.
Mhm.
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, some of their needs would be guidance on how to transition a side hustle into a sustainable business,
Yes.
clarity on personal identity and purpose beyond familial roles,
Mhm.
support in integrating faith and spirituality in their business if that's something that they want to do,
Yes.
strategies for effective time managing and work-life balance, mentorship and community support from like-minded individuals. How's that sound so far?
Sounds good.
Okay, pain points: feeling of being overshadowed by the military lifestyle and spouse's career, lack of
Pinpoint accuracy.
clarity. Sorry?
That's pinpoint accuracy right there.
Fantastic. Lack of clarity on how to start or grow a business,
Mhm.
limited network and resources specific to military spouse entrepreneurs, struggles with self-doubt and confidence in entrepreneurial abilities, difficulty in finding a supportive community that shares similar values and experiences. Now, of course, it could be all of these, it could be some of these,
Mhm.
but the idea is it gives you a great idea,
Yes.
right? So here, now it even gave us somebody. Sarah Johnson is a 40-year-old married woman living in Virginia, close to a large military base where her husband is stationed. She's a mother of 2 teenagers and spent the last 15 years primarily focused on her family and supporting her husband's military career. Recently, Sarah started a handmade craft business as a side hustle, selling her products at a local markets and online. She's at a crossroads, feeling strong desire to develop her side hustle into a full-fledged business. She's motivated by her faith and wants her business to reflect her Christian values. However, she feels uncertain about her business skills and struggles with balancing her time between her family and entrepreneurial aspirations. Goals: to establish her handmade craft business as a recognized and sustainable brand, to gain clarity on her personal identity and entrepreneurial calling, to integrate her faith into her business model and practices, to build a supportive network of like-minded women who understand her unique challenges. How's it sound so far?
Sounds good.
Okay, challenges: overcoming the self-doubt and gaining confidence in her business acumen, learning the necessary skills for business growth and development, managing her time effectively to juggle family responsibilities and demands, finding a community that supports her faith-based approach to entrepreneurial. And then it gives actionable steps: content creation, workshops, mentorship programs, community building, resources, an example, so on and so forth. So how's this look so far?
Looks real good.
Is there anything in here that you would want to take out, or you're good with where it is and where it's going to take us?
I'm pretty much good with that framework and where it's going to take us.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this information, copy it. All right, all that's in here up to here. Oh, we don't actually necessarily have to go as far as bringing in the detailed client persona. Just with this part here.
Okay.
Copy. Now we're going to go into the next tab, which is what outcomes your clients need for, or that you want to solve for your clients.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to say, here's my right fit client. Client, comma, can you give me outcomes for, here's LaQuita's right fit client. Let me fix that. LaQuita's. Sorry. I do that all the time. I say your name wrong. Right fit client. Can you give me outcomes for her clients? And I'll fix the spelling before I go.
No worries. No worries.
Some words I always spell wrong, like clients. Okay. So now we've taken what we got in the first time.
Okay.
And now we're putting it back in there. And it's
Okay.
thinking it through. And let's see what it comes up with. Given LaQuita's ideal client profile, here are the significant outcomes she can provide for her clients.
Okay.
And here's where we take this and we say, oops, let me share the next screen. It didn't share. Let me stop presenting. so that this way I can present again with the right screen.
Okay.
Oh, wrong one. Okay, present. This is the first time I'm using the presenting on here. So
It's a little different than the Zoom.
yeah, that's what I see now. That's why I said, oh, it's not showing the right screen.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Fantastic. So we put in all this information that we had from the first one.
Okay.
And now here, given LaQuita's ideal client, here are the significant outcomes she can provide for her client. 1, personal identity and purpose clarity. Outcome, client gains a deep understanding of their unique identity and purpose beyond their roles as wives and mothers. Value, this clarity helps clients feel more confident and fulfilled, fostering a stronger sense of self-worth and direction in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, successful transition to sustainable entrepreneurship. The outcome is clients successfully transition their side hustles into a sustainable and thriving business. And the value is this transition provides financial independence and fulfillment of pursuing passion-driven career. How are those so far?
That's good.
All right. Faith integration in business practices. The outcome, client learns to effectively integrate their faith and spirituality into their business practice. If you have somebody that doesn't want that, we take that out.
Take that. Yeah.
Right. The value is this alignment between personal values and professional activities creates a sense of harmony and purpose in their work life, in their work. Effective time management and work-life balance. Outcome, the client develops strategies for effective time management, achieving a healthy work-life balance. And the value is improved balance, reduces stress, enhances productivity, ensures quality time with family, contributing to overall well-being. Increased confidence on overcoming self-doubt. Access to a supportive community network. Look how many there are. Strategic business growth and development. Enhanced service and integrity in business. Balancing family and business relationships. Responsibilities. Resourcefulness and adaptability. So each one of them has the outcomes, but these outcomes will not only address LaQuita's clients' immediate needs and pain points, but also empower them to achieve long-term success and fulfillment in both their personal and professional lives. How's that look?
That looks good.
All right, cool.
That's very detailed.
Right. So now what we're going to do is, one of the things that's important is being able to, when somebody asks you, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Say it in a way that's like an elevator speech, but delivers the message in 17 to 30 seconds, right?
Yes.
So that you qualify and disqualify. Let me just make sure I copy this. So as you're, stop screen share. So as you're doing this, the next part is we're going to come up with what's called an intromercial. This woman, Jane M. Powers, created it. And we've been able to take it, put it into ChatGPT and say, create an intromercial for LaQuita based on what we've just come up with.
Okay.
Right. So I'll fill it in. I'll put into it your right fit client, which it already knows, and this outcomes, and say, can you create something? And the beauty about it is that it's going to qualify the people, because right away it'll probably say something. I help military wives, military spouses. They're like, okay, if I'm not a military spouse, then I'm not a right fit for LaQuita.
Yeah.
Right. Qualify and disqualify. So now we'll go to, I'll first, before we get there, here, I'm going to type it in and I'll bring you in. Here is LaQuita's, if I can spell your name right. LaQuita's outcomes.
It's super amazing at the level of detail and accuracy that you're able to get.
Isn't it?
Yeah, like the very specific questions in the beginning was necessary. And the part of the client is you've got to have that work ready. Like you need to be able to do that work to know the answers to these questions.
Yep.
And if you don't, that's okay. But okay, so now what is the work we need to do? Like now, this is what I need to do in order to be effective in no matter one, what kind of program that I'm using, but two, to get the most effectiveness out of Martin's program.
Exactly. Which I'm going to show you where that all fits in a minute when we go through this. Please create an Intro commercial. Okay, so now I'm going to present again, share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So many steps to doing it, but now that I get it, it'll go faster.
There we go.
So, as I discussed, the infomercial will tell me, will come up with something. So I put in your outcomes,
Mm-hmm.
and I put in your right fit client, and I said, please create an infomercial. Let's see what it comes up with.
Okay.
So it's watching everything, it's thinking about everything, and here we go. So this is if you were saying it from a stage, or let's say somebody asked you, what do you do?
Okay.
Military spouse entrepreneurs hire me to gain clarity on their personal identity and purpose beyond their roles as wives and mothers, because most feel overshadowed by the military lifestyle and lack the confidence to transition their side hustle into a thriving business. How does that sound so far?
Sounds good.
Right. So I help them to discover their unique identity and purpose, fostering confidence and fulfillment, successfully transition their side hustle into a sustainable business, achieving financial independence, integrate their faith into business practices, creating harmony and purpose in their work. Again, if they want to be faith-based, but there it is. Bottom line, you will gain clarity and confidence to building a thriving business aligned with your values and aspirations.
Mm,
How's that sound so far?
that sounds good.
Right. So now, what we can do with this is we can say, you know what? Like, for example, mine says at the end of it, bottom line, I help you build I'm doing it from memory. I help you build a 7-figure business guaranteed within 2 years or less. So if that's something you wanted to add, say, I want to help you build a 6-figure income, boom, boom, boom. Now you have even more of a tangible goal for them. And they go, oh, this woman gets me.
Yeah.
So is that something you'd want to add, that you can help them get to a certain figure within a certain time?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. At least not at that stage. Not at this stage. Yeah.
All right, good. It's all good. So now what we'll do is I'm going to copy what we've put in there. And this is the final part. It will build a blueprint as to what your business should look like to get some people from point A, B, C, D, E through the process.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to copy what we put into here. Take this out. That we don't need. You don't see what I'm doing, but you get it. And now I'm going to take your infomercial, copy. Here's her intro commercial. Control V. Please create a blueprint. So now let me share my screen. Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Right. So I'm going to hit enter now. So I put in all that previous information, because the better prompts we give to and this is not just for my program, this is for anything ChatGPT AI. The more prompts you give it, the better the answers will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. LaQuita Monley's high ticket blueprint program blueprint.
Okay.
It's for stage 1, we call ignite. Finish line, clients gain. Okay. You know what? Before we do this, I'm going to ask it, please give a description. I keep on telling it to fix this and it doesn't listen to me. I don't know why. I got to find somebody who knows how to do ChatGPT better than me, which is a lot of people. A description for each stage before finish lines and price. I won't fix the word description, even though it'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. So now it'll give a little more depth than just, the final of each one of them. So this stage is about developing the roadmap for your journey. Clients will delve into self-discovery sessions to gain clarity on their unique identity and purpose beyond their roles as wives and mothers. By the end of this stage, they will have a solid understanding of who they are and what they stand for, laying a strong foundation for entrepreneurial journey. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay, the finish line is the clients gain a deep understanding of their unique identity and purpose beyond their roles of wife and mother. Right? And the prize is a newfound confidence and fulfillment, fostering a stronger sense of self-worth and direction in their lives.
Okay.
Stage 2 is, the description is, in this stage, clients will take actionable steps towards achieving a quick win by transitioning their side hustle into a thriving business. With targeting, tracking, and focus, they'll generate at least $50,000 in sales. These are numbers that could change, but it's what it's putting in there for now.
Yes.
Right? The stage is about proving to themselves that their business ideas can be successful and profitable. The finish line, clients successfully transition their side hustle into a sustainable, thriving business, generating at least $50,000 in sales. And the prize is financial independence and the fulfillment of pursuing passion-driven career. Stage 3 is catapult. The description, this stage focuses on identifying, implementing systems that will support business growth. Clients will learn to integrate their faith into their business practice if that's what they want to do, manage their time effectively, and maintain a healthy work-life balance. By setting up these systems, they prepare their business for scalability, which is such an important word that so many people don't know really what scalable means, right? Which they'll get into in the next stage, I think. So finish line, clients develop effective systems for business growth, including strategies for faith integration, time management, and work-life balance. Prize, a harmonious alignment between personal values and professional activities, leading to reduced stress, enhanced productivity, and quality family time. Okay. How are we doing so far?
Doing real good.
All right. So stage 4, empower. At this stage, clients will identify and connect with people and team needed to run their business systems. That's what scalability is about. They'll also be admitted into a high-level mastermind group with their peers for continued support. This stage is about building a supportive community, gaining access to tailoring strategies, and upholding standards of service and integrity. The finish line, clients build a supportive community, network, gain access to tailored strategies for military spouse entrepreneurs, and enhance service integrity in their business. The prize, encouragement, resources, collaboration, opportunity, and trusted reputation that ensures long-term success. So stage 5 is scale. Description. The final stage is involving rinsing and repeating the strategies that have worked while continually balancing family responsibilities and entrepreneurial ambitions. Clients will focus on maintaining business growth and adaptability despite the challenges of military life. This stage is about achieving the intended results of the program and creating a lasting impact. The clients continually balance family responsibilities with the entrepreneurial ambitions, maintaining business growth and adaptability despite the challenges of military life. And the prize, a more fulfilling life, combining professional goals with family commitments and resilience in facing unexpected challenges. And then what it does here, it details the blueprint stages: roadmap, identity discovery session, purpose clarification, confidence building activities, side hustle assessment for the unleash, taking the roadmap, building business planning, strategy, sales strategies, faith integration for catapult, time management technique system. How great is this?
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Right. And then look, it keeps going. Empower, scale, each one of them. How to implement the guidelines, encouragement and support. And it just goes on and on.
Oh, yeah. This is wonderful.
All right. Fantastic.
This is wonderful.
Right. So here's where, so this is something that I sometimes do with people who have heard a little bit about my program, but they're not 100% sure, blah, blah, blah. I offer this to them. I go, okay, for $2,500, I'll give you clarity, blueprint, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And at the end of the day, we go on. I did it for you for free because this is now we're showing it to the audience. We're showing them what we can do.
Yes.
But really what I'd love is for people to come to the workshop
Mm-hmm.
and hear all about the whole process that I do to get you to where you are. But here's what happens next.
Okay.
Right now you have all this information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you're a client of mine, right,
Mhm.
just as an idea, we show you then how to validate your program without spending money or very little money,
Okay.
right? How great would it be instead of having to go out there and do market research and, split testing and all that other thing,
Yes.
if we could get it down and say, I want to talk to these people who are my right fit client
Mm.
and ask them that I'm going to write an article, okay,
Mm-hmm.
about what it's like to be a military spouse who has a side hustle or an entrepreneurial spirit and wants to do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, I'll reach out to them in different ways, like LinkedIn, maybe some military spouse groups that are on Facebook, so on and so
Mhm.
forth.
Right. Right.
And you have a conversation with them, 15, 20 minutes. And you say to them, hi, LaQuita, thank you for having this call with me. And we show you how to write the emails and the text messages or whatever it is you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, this is not a sales call. I'm not selling you anything here. And you're not.
Right.
Okay? What I'd like to do is I'm putting a program together and I'm writing an article, which you will. You'll write an article that you might put out on LinkedIn or something.
Mm-hmm.
And if so, I'll even, mention you in the article if you'd like me to. So on and so forth. And then you go through your program quickly, 5 to 10 minutes. And then you ask him a series of questions.
Mm.
In those questions, there are 3 questions keyed to see if what you're doing has merit. And if they answer yes to 2 to 3 of these questions, then you know you have a valid program. And when you get a certain amount of these, then you go, okay, I've got something here. And then we show you how to build it from there.
So instead of, you're actually doing all of the things, the market research, all of that good stuff, but you're doing it from a good starting. Instead of starting at 0, you're starting at like 50.
Right.
If you're doing steps 1 through 100.
Exactly right.
Starting at like 50 because you got a clear set of answers from the exercise that we just did. You got those clear set of answers. So when you're able to create that pool of people from your own social media and email, you're able to generate it for significantly less cost.
Significantly less. And here's the beauty.
Significantly less, yes.
Here's the beauty. The last question I'll ask them, you'll ask them, is when I launch this program, would you like me to reach out to you and see if you'd like to get involved?
Okay.
Now, if they say yes to that, you go, great, I'm not going to sell you now. But we can set up a follow-up call to have a strategy session, which you and I did, right?
Yes.
And we go through the little steps and we show them what the depth of it is, the depth of the program, and they get a better understanding. And they go, okay, now I can make an informed decision. And you're holding to your integrity by not selling them on the call.
On
the first call.
sense. Yes. You're just informing them.
Exactly.
And
more importantly,
the process.
And one of the questions is, please give me feedback.
Yeah.
Most of the questions are yes and no. But at the end of it, you go, okay, now that I've gone through this, I'd like some feedback. Because you know what? What I'm writing is not in stone.
Okay.
Right? Because if they come back and maybe you've gone through a bunch of people and you're not validated, you come back to us and we say, why are we not being able to validate you? Maybe we have to change some things in here, move things around, and then send you out again. Right? How motivated am I to get you to each level? Because my money comes from your money.
You're highly motivated.
And how motivated are you to get there?
Extremely highly motivated.
Isn't that great?
Wow. Look, this is amazing. This is
Thank you.
amazing. These are some amazing tools that you have, and it gives really great value to your clients. And you were saying that before we got started that you have these workshops that you do.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's talk to us about those workshops.
Absolutely. So what I've put together is a philanthropic workshop.
Hmm.
What do I mean by philanthropic? You know what? A lot of people are out there doing these webinars / workshops for
Hmm.
like 45 minutes, and they get you to come, and it might be free or it might be to pay. And at the end of it, they go, okay, we've given you a little bit of information here. And if you want more, click on this link and pay $9,000 or $997, whatever it is. So what I've done is I said, you know what? People don't come to free workshops because you know what? They pay when they pay attention,
Yes.
or they pay attention when they pay, as it were.
Hmm.
So I said, instead, why don't I offer a 3 to 4 hour workshop that's $27, and the money goes to a charity.
Mm.
So I'm not making any money. So that's the first part of the philanthropy,
Okay.
right? And I've picked an organization that means something to me. Let's say you get into my business. I help you build in my business model. I help you build your own workshop.
Okay. Okay.
Right? I done for you. This is literally a done for you workshop where you do the same thing and you come up with a charity that means something for you, which won't be very hard for you. Right?
I've got a
For
few.
me, I picked the gift of life because I was able to donate my stem cells and save somebody's life.
Right.
And this organization paid for everything for that person to stay alive.
Mm.
So they thrive on donations.
Yes.
So the money goes there. So the other part of why it's philanthropic is by the end of the 3 to 4 hours, whoever stays till the end will get the entire recording to watch.
Mm.
And if they want, they can do it on their own without me. Will they get there quickly? Probably not. But they could. And if they leave me a nice review on LinkedIn, I'll give them also my my slide deck. So they can have everything of the slides and say, okay, great, I can do it on my own. And good luck. I wish you the best.
Right.
But if you want to do it faster, you could come in with me and we'll help you get there faster. I guarantee 7 figures within 2 years or less.
I love it. I love it. I like you have the different levels for where people are either in their mindset or their budget. But that guarantee, like it totally blew my mind. Because I'm thinking, because when I heard you say it, I was like, how in the world can he have that type of guarantee? Like, what is happening here? And when you explained it to me, I was like, oh.
Yeah. And
okay,
I go into it in depth on the workshop.
Right. Right. Like you are as invested as the client in their success, because their success, not only is it bringing you testimonials and all of those great things, but that's also where you earn your income. So you're invested for really good reasons.
Right. I want to build raving fans.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I want to tell you a funny story. When I started to validate my program, because what you're doing, you're basically duplicating what I did.
Yeah.
So when I started to validate my program, mine was for coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached out to an old coach of mine. And he said, Martin, I have to tell you something. Last week, I was in a Facebook group and he said, somebody wrote in the group, you ever notice coaches never have skin in the game? He says, Martin, you just changed the rules.
Yeah.
Are you having skin in the game?
Mm.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What a great line.
That is skin in the game, sir. Like that's undeniable skin in the game. That's undeniable. Right. And that was my thought. Like, no, he's really invested. Like, yes, he has skin in the game for real. Right. With each individual client. With each individual client, it's like
right. And the way mine is built, I do one-on-one coaching in a group setting. It's
Wow.
one of the things I offer.
Okay.
Because you know what? In coaching, so many people say, oh, you could charge so much more for one-on-one coaching. Yeah, but you're also wasting a lot of your own time.
Yeah.
So imagine if you could have a room with 5 or 10 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
You come every week to a Zoom meeting, every like 3 out of the 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, bring your issues to me. Let's discuss it in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Number one, you have an issue and you want to bring it up. Somebody else in the group might have a similar issue that they didn't know how to think about.
Okay.
Right? Or they may have a solution that I don't come up with.
Mm-hmm.
So by doing one-on-one in a group coaching, and it's all built into my program.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's built into the cost of the program. What's also built in is we help them build their own CRM. They get the funnel pages, they get the workshop, they get everything.
Wow.
Because I want to make it where it's that much closer to being my guarantee that I talk about.
Right.
If I leave something out, then who's benefiting from me leaving something out?
Nobody. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your client because you have so much invested in this.
Exactly. And when they hit the number, the $1 million, they don't have to keep paying me. But how much of a relationship have I built with that person that they might want to go out and do some partnerships with me?
Y'all BFFs for life.
Right. You know, we talked about this the other day, LaQuita. We talked about every situation you get into, specifically in this business world we're talking about, should be win-win-win.
Mm-hmm.
Win for you, win for me, win for the end user.
Right.
Like you had you recently had your event.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
and we talked about how some of the things you did could be done better. We won't get into the details. And we know the next time you're going to set it up where it's a win for you, win for the people that come there as speakers and vendors, and win for the audience.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It's win, 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 win. Everybody involved has to win, because when everybody involved wins, it becomes repeatable and sustainable
and duplicatable.
Like there's so much growth that can happen. People eagerly anticipate it, and as you said, they become the raving fans that you need. Yeah.
Right. And how often do people go to these things? I've gone where I've walked away saying, this is great information, and I've done nothing with it.
That part. Often. Very often.
So by coming into my program, I'm there sticking a cattle prod up you, saying, let's go.
We gotta
in a loving way, for sure.
Right. But it's that push that you need, because when I look at biographies or autobiographies of very successful people, not only do they have that one person that's poking them with the cattle prod, but they usually have several people doing that.
That's right.
They usually have several people doing that in the areas that they have smartly identified, that they need to push.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. I honestly believe you can go alone, but you can't grow alone.
Come on now. That's real good. I love that. You can go alone, but you can't grow alone. That's absolutely that's factual, because I have a problem with the term self-made millionaire because of what you just said.
That's right. There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire.
Self-made. You may have started, and everybody has to start by themselves, because nobody can give you or force you to do something against. I mean, not really, not in entrepreneurship. You can start, but I can't make you keep going. I can't even make you no longer be afraid to jump off the ledge to do it. That's an individual decision you have to make. So yeah, we're going to individually start, but we're not going to build, grow, sustain, none of that without people.
You need the support. And the scalability part of it is as you're starting to grow, you want to focus on what your zone of genius is.
Yes.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
Each entrepreneur has their own zone of genius. And for many of them, it's not building the funnels or doing the social media or doing the marketing or the sales. And they have to do it, but they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it.
So imagine as you build your business, you get scalable. And you find the right people to do the things that you don't want to do.
That's
so
how
that you can focus on what you are best at.
That's how the people have become wealthy, because they've grown their business to the place where they can afford to go
Right.
out and identify the subject matter experts that are needed in each area of their business, so that I don't have to focus on those areas. I
Yeah.
can focus on the thing that I'm good
Best
at.
at. Right.
Yeah.
Do you know the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yes, absolutely.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Mhm.
I don't know if he writes it in this book, but I've followed him for a long time. He says, I want to be the dumbest guy in my own business.
Yeah.
I want to surround myself with the people. I say the people that know how work for and with the people that know why.
Come on. I like that. I like that quote.
Thank
I
you.
like that quote. I like that.
That doesn't diminish the how people.
No.
They're strong, they're important,
Yes.
and they love what they do.
They're necessary.
Yeah,
They're necessary.
that's it.
That's business. Listen, this has been fun.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen that are listening out there, LaQuita is going to get all of these documents that we just created for her to look over and figure out what works for her and how she wants to take it. And if she wants to continue with me, we'll figure out how to make it go even faster.
That part. Listen, y'all don't want to miss this. Go back and rewind this. Look at, the thing. I think I'm stuck on the very specific questions and needing to know the very specific answers, because no, for me, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, my thought is like a lot of people, oh, I'm just going to market to everybody. Or everybody is my customer. That's hurtful. Even,
It's
Fortune
well
100
intentioned,
companies
but
don't
it's
do
it's
that.
hurtful to you.
Yeah, it's hurtful. It's very hurtful. Fortune 100 companies that pretty much have limitless budgets, they don't do that.
Nope.
They don't. They don't. They have specific, strategically targeted customers that they are going for. Inevitably, does it turn in kind of like a net fishing mentality? But even with net fishing, you're going to specific places in deep water where specific catches are, and you get them. Now, does a little of some of everything come up in those nets? Yes. Do they keep it sometimes? Sometimes, but sometimes they throw it back. A lot of times they throw it back because I'm only looking for the salmon,
Right.
or I'm only looking for the tuna. I'm only looking for whatever that is out there in the deep water. And the other little things that I grab, I may keep it, I may not.
Right.
But most of them catch and release it back because
Right.
it's not ideal. It's not what they're looking
Yeah.
for.
And you know what? You may get people that come into your program who they don't fit exactly what you're doing, but you have a connection with them and you want to help them.
Mhm.
We want to get it where we're out of this pitch and pursue mentality,
Yeah.
right? Where it's at the end of the day, people will be saying to me, and this happened on my last workshop, I want in if you'll have me.
Mm.
Right. And then we have another call to see, do we fit?
Do we fit? Yeah.
Right. Just because I have a great thing doesn't mean that it's for everybody.
Right.
And just because they apply doesn't mean I'm going to accept them.
Right.
Because I'm
Right.
putting a lot on the line for myself to get you there.
Correct. So they have to be that right fit.
Right.
They have to be that right fit. It might be you're a right fit, but just not right now. These are the things you need to get together and then
Right.
come back and see me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Listen, Martin, on with this experience, and I am excited to have you to come back on my live stream so we can break down some of these things even more. But
Mhm.
I know we're getting close to time, but I want to make sure that the LaQuita's Toolbox audience knows how to connect with you. How can they reach out to you, and how can those in the listening audience connect with you?
Well, first thing is that you can come to connectwithmartin.com. And on there is a bunch of things you can get. You can get my book. You can get my card deck. You can get a link to have a conversation with me. You could sign up for my next workshop. Okay.
Mhm.
But LaQuita is going to have her own special link for the workshop. And the reason I do that is because I believe in win-win. And if someone comes to me through LaQuita, I want to know that LaQuita was the one that brought them to me.
Yes. That's awesome.
So we'll
Affiliation
have that in the show notes.
in the show notes. Absolutely. Martin's contact will be in the show notes. I'll make sure that his social media is in the show notes. Also, the link. Amen.
Amen.
The link will be in the show notes. Listen, guys, stay connected. You know that every guest that we bring on the LaQuita's Toolbox podcast has so much amazing value to share and to add. Make sure that you share this episode with as many people as possible, so that it can bless them the way that it has blessed you. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Leave me a 5-star rating and a review on Apple or Podchaser as well for the podcast. Until next time, I'm your host, LaQuita Monley. You guys be blessed and have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.